There's only one Joseph Parker. There's only one Joseph Parker. There's only one Joseph Parker. And I remember everything, so I went down and the referee put Joseph Parker in the corner and watched down, and there was 4, and I tried to to stand up, but for coach and everyone said I was too late because I was still struggling to stand up.
Listen, it could have been a hard fight, and it was turned into a hard fight, but that punch Joe landed could knock out any heavyweight.
I landed combinations in spots, and I took care of business. I showed level to this game.
Industry experts lash out in shock after Joseph Parker's exclusive win over Martin Bakole and Shakur Stevenson's dominant victory over Josh Padley. The late replacement sparked diverse reactions, but all expectations were shattered as Shakur Stevenson and Joseph Parker triumphed over their opponents. Let's start with Joseph Parker's stunning 2-round victory over Martin Bakole that has left everyone in disbelief. Joseph Parker needed just 2 rounds to knock out top-tier heavyweight Martin Bakole, who stepped in on the shortest notice to replace Daniel Dubois at the ANB Arena in Riyadh. Frank Warren reacted to Joseph Parker's victory, reaffirming his earlier belief in Parker's dominance. While many praised Martin Bakole for stepping up on short notice to fight Parker, Frank acknowledged this, but also commended Joseph Parker for delivering an outstanding performance with a stylish and exclusive 2-round knockout.
When we done the previews, you asked me about Bakole, and I told you what I felt about him. And I felt that, Martin, who very bravely took the fight at short notice. Obviously he got well paid, but it was Joe's night, and Joe took the fight and that opportunity in style and delivered in a big way.
Before the fight, Eddie Hearn backed Joseph Parker, stating that the key factor would be how truly in shape Martin Bakole was. Although he leaned towards Parker, Hearn also recognized the potential threat posed by Bakole, suggesting he could be a serious challenge for Parker in the ring.
Look, I think having seen Bakole and in the last few days, and he's not always the fittest, and obviously he's not in camp. You'd have to favour Joseph Parker, but Bakole's very dangerous, especially early in the fight. And he's one of those guys that might look terribly out of shape, but finds a way to actually have a good engine for 12 rounds. So if he has that engine, he'll be very dangerous. But I do favour Joseph Parker.
Echoing Eddie Hearn's sentiments, Frank also acknowledged Martin Bakole's imposing stature, but emphasized the factors that led to Joseph Parker's victory. While Frank had expected Joe to win, he admitted he wasn't anticipating a 2-round knockout. Though many fighters have praised Bakole's danger, Frank stated he hadn't seen that level of threat from him just yet, so he was not hailing him too highly.
I did fancy him to win. I said, again, I was asked what I felt.
No, but in 2 rounds.
No, but I felt it would stop him, and I felt it'd be I don't know. Look, Martin Bakole, I don't want to be disrespectful. Everyone bangs on about he's this monster, he's this monster, and I've said before the fight, I haven't seen that yet in a fight. And he's a big man, and you could see how dangerous he is. He's a big punch, but Joe just kept his composure and went about his business the right way, and done what he had to do.
Bakole attempted the unprecedented, but Parker stayed composed, jabbing at the 310-pound powerhouse. Bakole landed a hard right before the first round ended, showing signs of danger with body and headshots. Parker then unleashed a right that clipped Bakole's head, sending him off balance. Bakole tried to rise using the ropes, but the referee stopped the fight at 2:17 of the second round, declaring him unable to continue. Following his impressive win over Martin Bakole, Joseph Parker was visibly emotional, shedding tears of joy. His team rallied around him, boosting his confidence with chants and celebrating his rise to stardom.
There's only one Joseph Parker. There's only one Joseph Parker. There's only one Joseph Parker.
Furthermore, Joseph Parker elaborated on his game plan, reflecting on the key strategies he implemented during his intense battle with Martin Bakole, which ultimately led to his victory. Parker discussed how he carefully paced himself throughout the fight, ensuring he didn't overexert early on. By sticking to a smart and disciplined approach, Parker was able to wear Bakole down and secure a well-earned win.
The best way to attack someone is when they're attacking you. And before the fight, the plan was to stay calm and composed. and structured and pick your shots, and show that tonight.
At the same time, Martin Bakole also reacted to his defeat by Joseph Parker. He remembered the hard-hitting punch he took over the top and recalled the key moments that defined Parker's victory. He also went on to predict what he is looking for in the future after such a devastating loss.
At the top of the head.
It catch me, yeah, you know, it catch me on top. I've not even seen the punch because my hand was here. I never get punch here, and I just feel like, oh, what the hell? And I remember everything, so I went down, and the referee put Joseph Parker in the corner and watched down, and there was 4, and I tried to, you know, to stand up, but for coach and everyone said I was too late because I was still struggling to stand up. But no, it's not at the end, but Excellency say we have a you know, May fight still on, so I'm going and maybe have 1 week, you know, off and go back again to the gym.
Before the fight, many industry experts expressed concerns about whether Martin Bakole was in peak shape, given the short notice he had to prepare, which ultimately hindered his preparation. After the defeat, Martin was asked about stepping up on such short notice. In response, he acknowledged that he wasn't fully prepared for the fight, but took the opportunity because of Turki Alalshik, who was determined to make the event happen. Bakole explained that he couldn't turn down the offer, even though it meant he wasn't at his best for the bout.
I know this is for me. I've not lost the fight because I've done something like nobody never done in the boxing. So it's not only to help Joe Parker, but you know, to be honest, let me tell you that it's like 3 times I get a call from Saudi, and I was not ready, and I always stand down. I said no, I'm not ready. But this one was like Excellency wanted to save the show. And don't forget that he gave me already 3 fights this year, and he promised me already I'll be in the May. I said, why not? No, help him this time. So I take big risk. I deserve it because it's big risk. So I was not prepared for it. I was in Congo and do my business. I went to see my father, but I had call from coach, so I'm here today. You know? So it's like dreaming, but I'm not dreaming. It's okay.
Among those concerned about Martin Bakole's chances was Ade Oladipo. Ade firmly believed that Bakole wasn't the right matchup for Joseph Parker, and he didn't expect the fight to take place. He criticized Parker for choosing to face an opponent of lesser stature, suggesting it was an attempt to stay on the card while lowering his fighting standards. Oladipo saw Bakole stepping in as a major risk, viewing the matchup as a potential setback for Bakole's career, given the trajectory he had been on. He warned that the fight could be a dangerous move for Bakole, considering the risks involved.
Again, Bakole was so far from my mind, I didn't even bring it up. Like, I think we all brought it up as a joke. Like, what about Bakole? And we kind of all laugh, like, yeah, whatever, he ain't gonna fight Bakole. And that's not saying that Joseph Parker is in any way, shape or form scared of Bakole, but why risk it? Like, why risk fighting Bakole when you had a world title shot there? It's there. I mean, you fight someone of a lesser stature just to stay on the card. You then get to fight Dubois maybe on the Canelo card. Who knows, right? Maybe. So, yeah, Bakole didn't make any sense to me, and then it got announced that it's Martin Bakole. If you're Joseph Parker, you use your legs, you run, you move, you don't engage. Don't even risk it. I actually think this is risky for Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole was on this trajectory, right? I mean, there's all this talk about him fighting AJ. He was on this trajectory. If he beat F.A. Jagba, what was promised next was a big one, whether it be the winner of Dubois Parker, the loser of Dubois Parker, the winner of Jean Cabial. You lose this one and you get stopped. It kind of derails you a little bit.
Right after the fight, Ade Oladipo expressed his astonishment at Joseph Parker's massive victory. He reflected on his earlier concerns about Martin Bakole and admitted that he had a feeling Joseph would win. Oladipo didn't hold back in his criticism of Billy Nelson, Bakole's coach, blasting him for allowing Bakole to fight at this heavyweight. He argued that it was the coach's responsibility to ensure his fighter was in the right condition, suggesting Nelson should have worked to cut Bakole's weight before the bout.
Versus Joseph Parker. Oh my God. Oh my God, that hurt me. It hurt me, you know what it is? I actually did an interview with someone the other day, Boxing King Media, and he actually asked me, Adi, who do you want to win this fight? And I said Joseph Parker. And I said, it means a lot more for Joseph Parker. Martin Bakole's already got a built-in excuse, took the fight on 2 days' notice, took me 1 day to get here, and that's a very valid fucking excuse. My thing with Martin Bakole, and you know, I'm gonna message Billy Nelson, not that he's gonna care what I have to say, but Martin Bakole walking around that heavy is just not good enough. I'm sorry, it's not. This is your job, and I truly mean this. This is your job. Like, you can't walk around at 310 pounds if you think you want to be the best heavyweight in the world. You just can't. I'm sorry. Like, you can't be as out of shape as Martin Bakole was.
Josh Warrington also shared his thoughts on Joseph Parker's victory, expressing that he was expecting him to win. He mentioned that Martin Bakole didn't seem serious about the fight. Josh went on to emphasize that with the right mindset and determination, especially when stepping up on just a 24-hour notice, it's crucial to be in great shape and well prepared to succeed.
Just get your thoughts on some of the others. Joseph Parker, to take out Martin Bakole in that fashion was a statement. What did you make of it?
I expected Joseph Parker to win, to be honest with you, and it's the kind of message that, you know, when you're looking to get another world title, then you need to show that you're serious about it. So if you can't be getting beat by someone who's just, and I know he's a big puncher, and I know it's easy when it comes to the every boys, but when you're fighting someone who's taking a fight on what, 24 hours notice, you can't be getting beat like that when you've been killing yourself for 10, 12 weeks. So it did the statement what it needed to do.
Joseph Parker's trainer, Andy Lee, also shared his thoughts after the fight. Showing his excitement over the tremendous win, he emphasized Joe's punching power, noting that he has the ability to knock out any heavyweight champion. He asserted that this has been proved through this fight now.
Listen, it could have been a hard fight, and it was turned into a hard fight, but that punch Joe landed could knock out any heavyweight.
Andy also reflected on the chaotic events surrounding the last-minute replacement, revealing how the situation provided extra motivation to prepare for Bakole.
Just having that extra bit of power. Great fight. Great. Like, I'm so happy for Joe. It's been a crazy 48 hours, and I don't sure many would have put up with it. You know what I mean? The chaos of turning up to the press conference, finding out off the social media that that Daniel Dubois was sick. We didn't know whether we had a fight or not. And in the space of 15 minutes, decide on fighting Dubois, turn around, and then it's announced to us that it's been announced he's fighting Dubois. Then Dubois to fly all this way. It's just been a crazy Bakole.
Acknowledging the frustration many fans felt upon learning that Parker would face Martin Bakole, Andy Lee explained the reasoning behind accepting the fight despite the challenges. He emphasized the importance of taking this opportunity, pointing out how it has helped build a strong resume and showcased his belief in Joseph Parker. Andy also expressed a strong desire to secure more title fights moving forward.
He wanted the biggest challenge. Joe. And look, it's easy in reflection now, but everyone before this, I've read all the comments, and I started to doubt my decision. But I read all the comments, and everyone said it was crazy for Joe to take this fight. But anyway, it worked out well, and that's another win for him. That's another win. So look at who we got on the resume. Give us a title next. Give us a title now. Joe needs a title fight.
Eddie Hearn reacted to Martin Bakole's stoppage loss to Joseph Parker, suggesting that Bakole shouldn't have taken the fight. He praised Joseph Parker for taking the risk and securing an impressive knockout. Eddie pointed out that while the fight may have been a great opportunity for Martin to earn a good payday, realistically, he wasn't fully prepared and wasn't ready for such a challenge.
I don't think he should have fought, really, if I'm honest. I mean, Bakole was in a great position. He had an IBF final eliminator. I get that they got a good payday for tonight, but realistically, when you look back on it now, are you really ever going to perform? I'm so pleased with Joe Parker because he took a risk as well, you know. But good win.
At the same time, discussions about who Joseph Parker should face next are circulating. His coach Andy Lee has revealed who he believes Joe should fight next. Following Parker's impressive 2-round knockout of Martin Bakole, Andy has called for a showdown with either Usyk or Dubois.
Listen, it could have been a hard night.
Yeah.
He was coming on heavy, but that punch would knock anybody out.
Yeah. Let's say going back out, is it Dubois next then, yeah?
Oh, no, we want Usyk or Dubois, either one.
In the search for Joseph Parker's next opponent, Spencer Brown openly discussed Parker's future following his quick 2-round knockout of Martin Bakole. He questioned why only Usyk or Dubois should be considered as potential opponents, and highlighted other strong names that, in his opinion, should also be considered when finalizing Joe's next move.
What could be next? Why should it be Dubois or Usyk? Why don't they step up and let him fight? But listen, I don't pay the money. It's not my, it's if they want that. But I don't like that. I think it's wrong. I think Joe should be given his. He'll get a fight. He'll get a fight. And obviously there was two good heavyweights tonight that had come out. With Ajit Caballel as well, the lumberjack.
Fresh off his dramatic knockout victory over Martin Bakole, Joseph Parker is eager to take on anyone in the heavyweight division. In a recent statement, he confidently reassured fans that no matter the opponent, he will be fully prepared to dominate once again. Whether it's Daniel Dubois or Alexander Usyk, Parker is ready to step into the ring with all his energy and determination to come out victorious.
Fight Dubois?
I'll fight anyone. It'll be awesome to fight Dubois for the championship of the world or Usyk, and we'll see what they have planned.
Amidst the pursuit of the next big challenge, Eddie Hearn has revealed Joseph Parker's upcoming opponent. He shared his anticipation for a potential showdown with Tyson Fury, noting that Turki Alalshik, a key figure in the sport, also has a strong desire to see the fight happen. Hearn emphasized that whenever Turki expresses interest in a match, it is never turned down, suggesting that a Fury versus Joseph Parker could be on the horizon.
But we'd like Fury. His Excellency wants Fury. His Excellency doesn't always get denied, so let's enjoy tonight and we'll see what happens.
Joseph Parker's surprising victory has taken everyone by surprise. Initially, many questioned the decision to take the fight on short notice, with some fearing it might backfire. However, Parker has once again proven why he should never be underestimated. As the search for his next opponent begins, all eyes are now on who he will face next. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this shocking win and who you think should be his next challenge. Let us know in the comments. Moving on to the next segment of our video, we have Shakur Stevenson's impressive win over Josh Padley. It was yet another remarkable victory in a series of dramatic twists, with Floyd Schofield being pulled from the fight and Josh Padley stepping in as a late replacement. With this win, Stevenson has once again left everyone in awe, showcasing his dominance in the ring. Prior to the fight, Teddy Atlas had given high praise to Shakur Stevenson, commending his remarkable skills and adaptability in the ring. Atlas analyzed Stevenson's technical abilities, pointing out his knack for adjusting to any opponent and dictating the pace of the fight. He stressed that facing Stevenson in the ring is no easy task, making it a formidable challenge for anyone.
Listen, Shakur's a terrific boxer, tremendous talent, and he's got a very difficult style to decipher. You know, when you fight him, you have to not only deal with his talent, his great ability, but that you got to find a way to, again, to decipher his style. He's got a style that is very difficult to overcome and to look good with.
Following his impressive victory, Shakur Stevenson reflected on his fight with Josh Padley. He highlighted that he barely got touched by his opponent, which allowed him the incredible opportunity to land powerful combinations, showcasing the high level of his skill and control in the ring.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I did what I was supposed to do. I barely got touched, I barely got hit. I landed combinations in spots, and I took care of business. I showed level to this game.
Acknowledging the challenge posed by his opponent Josh Padley, Shakur Stevenson reflected on how the fight unfolded. He praised Padley for his strong fighting skills, noting that his opponent pushed him to showcase his own level of ability in the ring.
Than you expected? Yeah, he definitely was tough. He took some good shots. He tried to give some good shots back. He just couldn't land, and he's a good fighter.
At the same time, Gervonta Tank Davis has reacted to Shakur Stevenson's performance against last-minute opponent Josh Padley. It took Stevenson 9 rounds to break down and ultimately stop Padley, with the Brit delivering a commendable performance after stepping in on just a few days' notice to challenge for the WBC title, a life-changing opportunity for the 29-year-old. In a post on social media, Tank Davis summed up Stevenson's performance against his last-minute opponent with one simple word: LOL. Stevenson and Davis have been on a collision collision course for a showdown for several years, with both fighters reportedly eager for the match. As arguably the two best lightweights in the world, a bout between them would undoubtedly be one of the biggest events the sport has to offer. Meanwhile, Teddy Atlas shared his enthusiasm about the potential matchup between Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, describing it as a clash of contrasting styles. Atlas sees Stevenson as a fighter who relies on precision and defensive mastery, while Davis brings knockout power and relentless aggression. For Atlas, this fight symbolizes the future of the lightweight division and would be a must-see for boxing fans around the globe.
And you know, to obviously be you know, to be productive with. I mean, he's got fast hands, he's got good eyes, you know, he's comfortable in the ring, he has that great amateur pedigree, you know, he's a tremendous counter puncher, real good defensive fighter, you know, he controls space as well as anybody, you know, I for myself would love to see him and Tank Davis.
Yeah.
Josh Padley shared his thoughts following his loss to Shakur Stevenson, acknowledging the factors that led to his defeat. He pointed out that a full preparation involving several weeks of training would have made a significant difference compared to stepping in on short notice. Despite the loss, he expressed no shame and instead felt proud of seizing the opportunity and stepping up to the challenge.
Yeah, it was just body shots. There were no conditioning there. On 4 days' notice, you ain't going to have done your abs and stuff that you normally do for your 8 or your 10 or your 12 weeks. Saying that, obviously, no taking it away from Shakur, obviously pound for pound, 3-weight world champion. It might have even been a case that 8 weeks of abs might have not have done anything, but like I say again, I'm glad I did it, and I'm gutted obviously I didn't get the win, but glad I come and did it.
After this fight, we could potentially see a showdown between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, a matchup that's been in the works for some time. Stevenson himself recently spoke about it following his victory over Josh Warrington, confirming that discussions are underway. He emphasized that it's not just Eddie Hearn or himself who's eager for the fight, but also His Excellency Turki Alalshik, who has expressed a strong desire to see them face off in the ring.
What's the conversations been like with Turki Alalshik about that Gervonta Tank Davis fight? Because Eddie says he wants to make it.
Turkey want to make the fight too. I think that once again it's the biggest fight in boxing. He won it, I won it. Now it's all up to Tank.
With impressive victories under their belts, Shakur Stevenson and Joseph Parker have solidified their places as top contenders in their respective divisions. Shakur's dominant win over Josh Padley and Parker's hard-fought triumph over Martin Bakole has set the stage for exciting matchups ahead. As talks heat up about their next opponents, fans are on the edge of their seats, eager to see who will step up to challenge these rising stars. Whether it's the showdown between Stevenson and Tank Davis or Parker's next step toward a heavyweight title, one thing is certain, the future of boxing is looking brighter than ever. So that was all for today. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so you never miss an update.